All right, let's talk about A-level physics. It's famous for being one of the toughest subjects you can take, packed with mind-bending maths and abstract ideas. But it's also one of the most rewarding. Today, we're going to crack the code and give you the ultimate blueprint for success. So, here's our game plan. We'll start with why you'd even take on this challenge. Then we'll get into the maths you absolutely have to master. After that, we'll see why it's not all just textbooks. Then, the big one, how to crush the exams. And finally, we'll look at the incredible future physics can open up for you. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first, let's be totally honest about what you're signing up for here. A-level physics has a reputation for a reason. But, believe me, the payoff is huge. And yeah, students will tell it to you straight. For a lot of people, it's the hardest thing they'll study. You're dealing with concepts you can't even see, like magnetic fields or quantum physics. It really stretches your brain in a new way. And this is a big but, here's the reward. A study from the Institute of Physics found that physics graduates, on average, earn about 30% more than the national average. That is a serious return on your investment of hard work. This is exactly why people call it a facilitating subject. What that really means is that top universities absolutely love it. It's like a signal that you can handle really tough analytical thinking. And it doesn't just open doors to engineering. We're talking finance, computer science, you name it. It keeps your options wide open. So why is it so tough? Well, a massive piece of the puzzle is that physics is basically written in its own language, and that language is maths. Let's break down what that really means for you. And let's be crystal clear on this one. You cannot get through A-level physics without being really comfortable with the maths. It's not just a tool you pull out sometimes, it's the foundation of everything. It is the subject. So this right here, this is your essential toolkit. But it's not just about knowing this stuff, it's about applying it correctly when you're under pressure. For example, a super common mistake in electric fields is using a simple ratio when you should be finding the gradient from a graph. You have to be fluent. And this is why schools have pretty clear rules for who can take the course. A grade 6 in GCSE maths might be the absolute minimum, but really, you want at least a grade 7 to feel confident. And if you're aiming for the top schools, they're probably looking for an 8 or a 9 to make sure you've got the solid foundation you're going to need. Okay, so you've got the theory and the equations down. But that's only half the story. There's a whole practical side to A-level physics that is 100% mandatory. You literally have to pass it. It's called the practical endorsement. And throughout the course, your teachers will be assessing you against a set of standards called the CPACs. This isn't about getting an A-star, it's a straight pass or fail. But if you want to go to university, it's completely non-negotiable. So how do you get that pass? Simple. You have to successfully complete at least 12 core experiments set by your exam board. These are designed to make sure you have solid hands-on skills covering the whole course. Now listen up, because here's a place where students lose a ton of marks. Uncertainty. It's not enough to just do the experiment. You have to be able to analyze your data properly. As you can see here, calculating uncertainty, usually by taking half the range of your results, is a core skill. And trust me, it will definitely show up on your written exams. All right, this is it, the main event. We've talked about the challenge, the maths, and the practicals. Now, let's build your bulletproof battle plan for exam day. So, here's the golden rule from an experienced teacher. You're in the exam, you're stuck on a calculation, and your mind goes blank. What's the first thing you do? Grab the formula sheet, find the right equation, and just write it down. Then plug in any numbers you have. So often, that simple act can earn you partial marks and show you the way forward. Next up, a classic trap. Command words. A question that asks you to describe something just wants you to say what happens. But a question that asks you to explain wants to know why. That's your cue to bring in the big guns. You have to link your answer back to a fundamental law, like the conservation of momentum, to get those top marks. Ah, the show that question. It looks easy, right? They give you the answer, but it's tricky. To get the marks, you have to follow these 3 steps perfectly. State the formula. Show your substitution. And here's the secret sauce. Your final calculated answer has to be to at least one more significant figure than the number in the question. That's how you prove you did the work. And to bring it all home, some final pro tips. Get started on past papers early. You need to get used to those synoptic questions that pull from everywhere. Make the mark scheme your best friend. Learn to think like an examiner. For the big 6 markers, quickly plan your points with bullets for a logical answer. And please, never, ever leave a question blank. An educated guess is always better than 0. So you've done it. You've battled through the tough concepts, the maths, the exams. You've conquered A-level physics. So what was it all for? Let's look at what's waiting for you on the other side. To put it simply, A-level physics is a golden ticket. For the most competitive science and engineering courses out there, it's non-negotiable. Look at Cambridge Engineering. They want A star, A star, A. And physics is a must-have. Your hard work is what unlocks these kinds of incredible opportunities. But you know what? It's even bigger than getting into a great university. This subject fundamentally changes the way you think. It literally rewires your brain, giving you this powerful mental toolkit of skills, from data analysis to creative problem solving, that are in huge demand absolutely everywhere. So look, the journey is tough, there's just no two ways about it, but the ultimate reward isn't just the grade you get on a piece of paper. It's about gaining a completely new, powerful way of seeing and understanding the world around you.